Well, when we were signed, 30 Seconds to Mars, I mean, we were talking with labels probably in 97, 98. And it was really difficult to get a record deal for a number of reasons. But it took us years to get signed. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people probably wouldn't imagine that. They would probably think that I would have had an easier time, but actually we had a much more difficult time. But what's interesting about that time in regards to 30 Seconds to Mars, it was very expensive to make an album with a reputable producer, an album that sounded as great as you wanted it to, like your heroes. It was difficult to distribute an album. It was difficult to find a way to market, promote your album. There were really powerful gatekeepers, third parties. You needed MTV. You needed a couple of the magazines. You needed, obviously radio, and you needed other partners like Tower Records. This was even before Best Buy, I remember. But there were record chains and stores that you absolutely needed support in order to get your music out there. So it was really difficult to do it without a label, even to make music without the support. Like, we made demos, we made albums. It was really hard. It was a science to try to get a bunch of guitars and bass and drums and vocals and everything to blend together, and there's your song. But cut to now, the nice thing is it's quicker, easier, and cheaper than ever before to make music, to distribute music, to market music. You don't need to rely or to break through the traditional gatekeepers. You can do it on your own. You can start focusing on community. It's as difficult as ever to write a great song, and it's as difficult as ever to connect with people, maybe even more so in a strange way, because there's so much content out there, this included. But I do think what's happened is there's been a changing of the guard. The gatekeeper is the audience now, not a traditional kind of middleman. And that's really powerful. You don't need to ask anyone's permission to put a song out. You can go to SoundCloud or Beatport. You can go to YouTube. You can go to iTunes directly if you want to. You can put your music out anywhere and everywhere through Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and whatever else. You can make a little 15-second video and share something that you're doing. So those things are really great because they're tools for artists. The reason why we signed a record deal is because of the time that we lived in. Ultimately, what happens now is I think you can do a lot more before you sign that deal. I don't think that you need to jump into a record deal or feel like you need a record deal in order to start. It is whatever you want to do. If it's to make an album and go on tour, if it's to do something else that requires the support and belief and investment from a company. Now you can do some of these things. You can start to build an audience. You can be much more independent minded. And that's a really good thing and a really nice thing that technology has given us.